Hello. Hey, y'all. Hey, Daniel. Trying to see if I can share this to my page on Facebook. But I'll just share it later because my page on Facebook. Hey, Mom. Facebook doesn't seem to be working. Um. So, hello, everyone. Hi, Facebook. Hi, Instagram. Hi, YouTube. I want to come on, guys, and just hopefully y'all can hear me. If you can hear me or if you cannot hear me, let me know. Um, but I wanted to come on because we started this whole feeling myself February thing, and I want to make sure that I talk to you guys, see where you are with it, see if you have an understanding of what it is that we're doing. Hey, Steph, and just make sure we're all on the same page and that everybody's encouraged. You can hear me? Okay, great. All right. So, first of all, I just wanted to say thank you to everybody that joined in the No Sugar Challenge. It was rough, but we made it. We did our best. For those of you that are still going, please keep going. Don't give up. Let me know if you have questions. Let me know if you're having challenges. You can still check in on any of the posts on my page or in the group and let us know how it's going for you. And you can just simply find those on Facebook by doing hashtag um, 30-day no sugar challenge. And that's how you can find it. But basically, this month, like I said, we're doing Feeling Myself February, which is basically a self love. I know usually during February we talk about love anyway. It's usually the love of another person, but I definitely want to encourage everybody to love on themselves, especially because 2020 was pretty rough. And 2021 has started pretty rough for a lot of us as well. So, want to take time to make sure that even with everything going on, that we are still taking care of ourselves, that we are still loving on ourselves, that we are still doing what we need to do to make sure that we are good. Um, so when we talk about self-love, and again, if you guys have questions, please go ahead and post your questions. And I'll try to keep up with them as best as I can. I know I'm using StreamYard, and StreamYard, sometimes not all of the comments come through. So if I miss your question, I do apologize. I'll do my best to go back and look later. Or if I could get Facebook to act right on my computer, then I'll keep up there. But if I do miss your question, then I'll definitely try to make sure I come back and answer the questions later, um, probably via responding on the actual video page. But hey, Tip. But I wanted to come on and just say, first of all, when we talk about self love, I don't want anybody to get the misconception, because I know there has been misconceptions like over the years that when you focus on self-love, like you're trying to be conceited or any of that stuff. That's not what we're doing. Hey, Tima. I think a lot of times, because people have that idea about self-love or have had that idea about self-love, we miss out on a great opportunity to really get to know ourselves and find out what our likes and dislikes are, and really just appreciate who we are and who God made us to be, right? um Yesterday when I posted, I talked about how you are fearfully and wonderfully made, which is true. And so if you neglect that part of yourself, for purposes of like not being conceited or whatever, you miss out on a great opportunity. Those that of us that are Christian, we know that the Bible talks about loving our neighbors as ourselves. But if we never fully learn to love ourselves, how do we truly know how to love our neighbor? And of course, loving ourselves come from appreciating and understanding who we are and who we were created to be. who, the wonderful beings that we were created to be. So I want to make sure that, especially after we started going hard with this no sugar challenge last month, I wanted to bring it down a little bit, but still dive a little deep and make sure we're taking care of ourselves. Everybody's always raving about self-care, 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 but it's like, what does self-care look like? What is self-care? Hey, Auntie. So first of all, self-care is specifically in dealing with this challenge. What we are doing is taking the time to affirm ourselves. That's why every day we are making sure that we look in the mirror and we tell ourselves, I love you. And looking yourself in the mirror, like before you put on makeup, before, you put on your good hair, before you do any of that stuff, look at yourself in your raw, natural state and tell yourself that you love yourself. Also, in that state, tell yourself one compliment about yourself. So that can be you, complimenting a physical feature of yours. That can be you complimenting, your personality, whatever it is that you want to compliment. Make sure you tell yourself that you love yourself and make sure you compliment yourself. And again, we are doing this because we want to bring an appreciation for ourselves. I know some people, or at least one person that I've so far has, told me that they didn't really have anything, a feature about themselves or anything that they could identify that they liked or wanted to, shout out, or, that they really was a favorite. And so during this challenge, I want us to focus on those things. Like, if you can't really figure out what feature is your favorite, or you really don't see anything about yourself that you like, physically, find a personality trait. If you can't find anything there, just pick something like you caught a half a twinkle in your eye. So tell yourself in the morning time, I really love that half twinkle I caught in my eye yesterday. It was really dope. So, boost that up within yourself, because again, our purpose is to build ourselves up, to love on ourselves, to take care of ourselves in that manner. Not just, the pampering and the spa days, and, not just going on a shopping spree or those things, but really making sure that we are taking care of our spiritual health, our mental health, our emotional health, and really building that side of us as well. So, of course, self-care, you can always, go and do a spa day. You can always go buy your favorite drink or your favorite food and love on yourself in that way too. But, getting some exercise, working out is another way to express self-care or self-love, because you are taking care of your body. You're showing your body that you care about it. You are showing your body that you want to be your most healthy and strong self. So eating good and exercising are also ways to love on yourself. I know sometimes in the moment it doesn't feel like it because you're going in and you get sore. But it can help your body. It helps build your body. It helps boost your confidence. It helps build your endurance. It helps, your health in general. So doing those things, taking care of yourself, that's also another way to love on yourself. If you're just coming on again, I apologize if I don't see your questions or comments, particularly on Facebook, because StreamYard doesn't always show me everything that's being said. So I can see some, but if I miss yours, your questions or comments, I'll come back to answer those later. But yeah, we want to make sure that we are taking care of our bodies in every area, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically. And of course, after you work out, you can do like a nice hot bath. That's another way to love on yourself. Reward yourself, basically saying, good job, me, for having worked out the way that I did. Now, here's something to make us feel good, a nice hot bath to make us feel good. Here's, a nice massage to help us to recover and recuperate well. All of those things are self-care. Watching your favorite movie, listening to your favorite song, setting boundaries is another way to love on yourself. Like, taking time away from Facebook and social media, taking time away from, the go of every day, just really taking time to really sit back and listen to yourself and pray and meditate. All of those are great ways to practice self-care. And again, guys, this is just us getting in tune with ourselves, because everything that I say, it could be, the stuff that I'm calling out works for me, but it might not work for you. So this is your time to really get in tune with yourself, to really figure out with yourself what it is that you like, what it is that works well for you, what it is that you want to do or makes you feel good. Um, so that's basically what this challenge is all about. Again, the complimenting yourself, the telling yourself you love yourself, the doing the something that you love or that makes you feel loved. That's just another way to boost your self-confidence, another way to lift you up. Right now we are in Black History Month, and as African Americans, we have been through a whole lot, and a lot of times we don't always take the time to love on ourselves. We're so busy fighting for ourselves. We're so busy fighting for other people. We're so busy fighting the good fight that we often neglect ourselves. So in this month, make sure that you are loving on yourself as well. Like, appreciate you during this month. And it's not to take anything away from our history. Like, our history is amazing. Like, we have some amazing people that did amazing things, but also take care of you as you are creating history this month. Make sure you're taking care of you, because I believe I'm surrounded by people that are making history, that are, making leaps and bounds that are going to impact the next generation. So make sure you're taking care of you during this time as well. Love on yourself. Does anybody have any questions or anything so far, um, about anything, about the challenge, about, what to do as far as self-love? Has anybody had any challenges or testimonies they want to share? I know, was it last year? I think in 2019, um, I did a mirror challenge, which is similar to what we're doing now. But every day for 21 days, I had the people that were following me to go ahead and tell themselves 5 compliments. I think it was twice a day in the mirror, like looking yourself in the mirror, telling yourself 5 compliments. And I had a few people that were like, man, that was kind of hard, but like I had a breakthrough when I was doing it. So we're doing pretty much the same thing, but we're taking it just a tad bit slower, making sure that we are, again, telling ourselves that we love ourselves in the mirror every day and giving ourselves at least 1 compliment every day. And the reason that I keep repeating that is so that I'm hoping that it gets down inside of you and that it becomes second nature to you when you are standing in front of the mirror, that you can look at yourself. And one day you won't have to say verbally, I love myself, but you'll be able to look in the mirror and know, I love me. You know what I'm saying? I love myself. I'm pretty dope. Like, my eyes are beautiful. I have a gorgeous smile. Like, I love me. And that's what this challenge is about. It's only 21 days. So my hope is that you guys will continue to practice loving on yourself even after this time. But this is just a start, just the beginning. Taking walks, whatever it is that you want to do. And I keep just throwing stuff out there. So if it resonates with you, maybe that's something you might want to do. I know there were a few people that responded yesterday when I asked, what features of yourself, what's your favorite feature on yourself? Focus on those things when you're looking in the mirror. Um, Awesome. Thank you, Terry. I'm so glad that you're joining in. But focus on those things, even if it's one thing, guys. Like, if your eyebrows just so happen to lay right that day, compliment those eyebrows. Like, seriously. Like, if you don't need gel to lay your edges, compliment your edges. Like, whatever it is. Like, if you have one dimple, compliment that one dimple. Like, really take the time to love on yourself and really mean it, And for those of us that struggle with um, our self image and our self esteem, it's okay if you don't really believe it right now. Like, it's okay. Like, it's all right if you're telling yourself, you know what, I love you and you're an amazing person. You have a great personality. And you don't fully believe it, it's okay. The purpose in this is to start that process. So you're going to create that habit of saying it to yourself so that you will believe it. Like, you're going to convince yourself, of this. So you're making it a practice. And don't just say it in your head. Make sure you're saying these things out loud to yourself, because it's different. There's a difference between thinking it and then saying it out loud, allowing yourself to be able to hear yourself say it verbally and looking at yourself. That's the point of me saying, like, look in the mirror and do this thing. So you want to say it out loud and look at yourself in the eye again before you get all dolled up for the day. Look at yourself in your raw state and say, I love me. Look at yourself in your raw state and say, you know what? I love the fact that my teeth white are white. I love the fact that my nose has, a little peak. Whatever it is that you can find about yourself, just say that to yourself out loud, because we're starting that process. We're starting that habit of really loving on ourselves and appreciating who we are. Again, the biggest part of taking this self-love journey is understanding that you were created in the most beautiful way, that you were fearfully and wonderfully made, that there was no mistake that was made when you were created. Like, you are amazing, and really owning that, understanding that, and taking charge of your mental health, knowing that I was made to be beautiful, and I am. Like, find that one thing. And again, if you don't believe it now, it's okay. You'll convince yourself. Just keep doing it. Keep going. And I know it's hard. Trust me. Again, when we did the mirror challenge before, and even, in my own journey, sitting in the mirror and telling yourself how dope you are, or, telling yourself I love you, it can be awkward. It can be really awkward, but it's okay. You'll get past the awkward stage as long as you keep going. Just like a lot of us had trouble with sugar, right? Like, at first it was like, oh my goodness, I can't believe I'm giving up sugar. Like, this is hard. My head hurts. I'm going through withdrawals. But we made it, right? We got past the withdrawals. We got past those cravings. And there are people right now that are like, I'm keeping this sugar challenge going. And it's because they took the time and they kept pressing. Not to say that they didn't have moments where they might have fallen off, not to say that moments weren't hard. They just kept going. And that's what we're doing here with this challenge. Like, it's going to be hard. You're going to forget some days to look at yourself and say it. But when you remember, like, if you're at work and you remember, you can run to the bathroom really quick and say it. Or if you're in your car and you're at a safe point where, like, you are stopped somewhere, not while you're driving, but you are stopped somewhere and you can look in your mirror really quickly and, say that to yourself. Make it a habit. Make it a habit, guys. Again, this is us taking care of us, because it's been a lot going on over the past year and some change. Like, it's been a lot going on. So we are taking this time for us to love on us. And eventually, that love translates into everything else that we do, to the people that we connect with, to the people that we talk to the people we encounter. When we learn to love on ourselves and give ourselves grace, it becomes easier for us to do it to other people as well. But this month we're focusing on us, not necessarily other people. not to say for you to be selfish or mean to anybody, but I'm just saying your priority right now is focusing on loving you, taking time for you. You can't pour from an empty cup. So if you're not filling yourself up, but you're filling everybody else up, then you're really depleting yourself. Sometimes past your limit. Some of us are really pour out so much that we have nothing to give ourselves. So now we are taking that time to fill ourselves up because we're not pouring out of empty cups in 2021. That's not what we're doing. So, any questions, you guys? Anybody have any questions, comments, concerns? Anything to add in? And again, if I missed your questions, I'm so sorry. I promise I'll come back and review the videos and make sure that I answer them personally. And if it's something that could be, helpful for many people or a question that I get multiple times, I'll make sure I throw it in a live so that it's covered. And I'll let you know that I'm going to cover it in a live so that you're not just out there hanging. But any questions, comments, concerns? I don't want to be before you long because I actually have to do some working out tonight myself. I'm gonna love on me by working out. Hopefully, Josh doesn't hurt us too much tonight. If you guys aren't a part of J Work Fitness, I believe it is. Just look up J Work WORK. It should pop up hopefully. But that's Josh, and he's like workout like his workouts can be intense, but they're worth it. Also my brother Jerron Imperfect, sorry, Jaron. I don't know why I said your name wrong. I'm so sorry, forgive me. Jaron with Imperfect Fitness. He also does some things. So if you guys Awesome, Brittany. Yes, please watch the replay. If you guys are wanting to love on yourselves, I'm shouting out my friends, y'all. They didn't know that I was going to do this. But if you are wanting to get your body in line and get some, good working out in, have some personal training and all of that stuff, Jaron with Imperfect Fitness and Josh with J Work, they're great people to look into as well. Miss Brittany Holmes Jackson, who is here. If you are looking to get your story out, tell your story, and you want to love on yourself by telling your story, please. Oh yes, J Work. Thank you. Thank you, Brittany. Brittany put it in the comments. J Work, a health and lifestyle community. So join there. Join Jaron with Imperfect Fitness. Talk to Ms. Brittany Holmes Jackson. If you want to love on yourself through getting your book out, getting your story out, talk to her. I have amazing friends, y'all. Veronique Esther, who's a trauma counselor, relationship counselor, Ernest Fitzhugh, relationship counselor. Like, I'm surrounded by a lot of amazing people. Just amazing. Also, Ms. Brittany Broda Smith for with the Intimacy Firm. For she is a sex oh my god, sexologist. So if you need help in that area, like for real, that's another way. So before we go, that is another way to practice self-care, surrounding yourself by amazing people that are trying to go where they are going, where you are trying to go, that are on the ground with you, that are moving forward with you. Surround yourself with amazing people. Again, I am surrounded by some super dope people. So if I can't help you with your particular need, I know somebody who can. I guarantee it. So if you guys don't have any questions, I'm going to go ahead and prepare myself to work out tonight. Please, if you have questions, comments, concerns, need some help on your journey, please let me know. Even if you want to just inbox them to me and I'll, throw it as an anonymous post or anonymous question, especially in my group. If you don't want me sharing it publicly, like out on my page, I can share it in my group, which is Whole You with Dr. G. Please find it on Facebook and we'll talk about it there. Or, if you're okay with it being put out on, my main page, Whole You with G, then I'll do that as well. But other than that, guys, thank you so much for being on here. Thank you to everybody that's joining in this journey with me, and hopefully you guys will really tap into that part of yourself, loving on yourself and taking care of yourself. So I will talk to you guys later. Have a great night, and you'll be hearing from me tomorrow because I'll be checking in tomorrow too. So have a good night, guys.